First, I'm a little curious about how many of you work with communication as your main task in daily work? Some? Okay. Thank you. And now to this picture. This is our area, the area where we work. We think it's possible to combine a healthy Baltic Sea and a successful farming. And to reach this goal, we need to work a lot with communication, information, sharing knowledge. And we need to make the farmers to take new actions on the farms. And this is not all about communication, but quite a lot. And I will give you some examples of how we have been working with communication, and I will highlight 3 topics, which is evolve, adapt, and invite. So in the very beginning of the project, there was one person dedicated for communication issues, which was the communication manager. And as we thought it was important to involve all partners, we asked the partners to have one person to work with communication issues and to be a coordinator. And so then there was a group of 7 people, actually, as we are seven countries and 7 partners involved in the project. And with this group, we had regularly meetings to decide what to publish on the web, how to use Twitter and Facebook, and what to include in the newsletter. And we also offered education in web publishing tools and in social media and so on, so that everybody should be up on track. And the profit from this, of course, was that it wasn't only one person working with communication and publishing on the web, but all partners were involved. And we have been, as I said, 7 partners with 7 different languages. And even though English is widely used, it's quite important to use the national language when, as Sindre said, when you want to reach, for example, farmers. There are also factors as history and culture, of course, which affect the way how you can reach a certain group of people in the best way. So in the end, we wanted to reach farmers, but as a project, we couldn't really speak directly to the farmers. So we used advisories, local advisors, to speak to local farmers, and local farmers to speak to other local farmers. And as Sindre also mentioned, we made a lot of translations. We had national web pages for all countries. We had, some partners made their newsletters on their own, and the final report that you can see on your seats, we made this summer. We made it very brief and concise to make it easy to read and attractive and so on, but also we made it brief to make it able to translate it. So we have it in 8 languages, actually, English and the 7 partner languages. And then about inviting and getting invited. We have been using conferences, workshops, seminars, and demonstrations on farms a lot. Farmers, advisors, journalists have been participating in our events, both in their countries and abroad. And this is, as you know, it's a good way of communicating. You can communicate before, during, and after the event. So it's quite useful. And one important part of the project had been to set up these demonstration farm networks. You mentioned it. No, you didn't mention. We set up a demonstration farm network of a total of 118 demonstration farms spread out on all partner countries. And it was often the farmer is somebody that we blame for the eutrophication, but we wanted to show that these are people really able to make changes, because they are. So, and as it said in the invitation to this workshop, to put flesh and blood into something, we could really show these excellent farmers. And to raise competence among journalists, we organized 2 two study tours for journalists, one in Poland and one in Sweden. And this was financed by the Swedish Institute. This is short quotes from from our Polish, Finnish, and Latvian partner, with comments about, as we think we have the feeling that we have succeeded in this cross-border communication. And for example, the Polish, they say they got new ideas and inspiration in different meetings. In Finland, Finnish farmers wanted to learn more about biogas production they saw in Denmark, in Poland, and structural lignite they saw in demonstrations in Sweden, and so on. Here two short movies.
Well, as advisor, the main issue is to raise the questions. The right questions for the farmers, for the advisors themselves, and for the politicians, because that's the main possibility to change something. If you are raising right questions, people start thinking, and starting think in a way that we could still produce the production, but do it with a less impact for the environment, with the main issue. So this project brings us opportunity to start raise up and ask the correct questions for the farmers to start thinking.
And the other one too. Yeah. No.
Well, in practical cooperation, there is possibility to open borders, and that's the main case. That we are not working just in our countries and with our legislation and our knowledge, but we could open our borders wider around the Baltic Sea and see what approaches is used around.
The benefits. We are all living on the coast of the Baltic Sea, and we.
Then the other one.
Yeah, thank you. And then a Swedish demonstration farmer about sharing knowledge.
Vad jag har gjort hittills för att minska växtnäringsläckaget är att jag anpassar växtnäringsgivan efter växternas behov och alltid sprider stallgödsel när växterna behöver det som mest i växande gröda på våren. Jag har haft kantzoner i många år. Det jag skulle kunna göra ytterligare som jag kommer på är ju att gräva en fosfordamm, strukturkalka vissa områden som behöver det och dränera om vissa fält som har blivit dåliga i dränering på.
Yeah, so that was one of our Swedish demonstration farmers, and there are then 118 farms. So you can see it's quite a lot of information that they can help to spread to all other farmers. And the last one, there wasn't the last one. No. Okay. So actually what I wanted to give you from my experience, from our experience, is these three topics: involve, adapt, and invite to events. Thank you.